Hello everybody, my name is Angus Games and welcome to an Unreal Engine 4 tutorial. Now first up I've just got to preface stuff, tell everyone what's going on. This is on my Unreal Engine 4 tutorial channel. This is only for Unreal Engine 4 tutorials, this channel. I'm not going to be doing anything else. All the Five Nights at Freddy's Unreal Engine 4 tutorials, which are coming soon, will be on my main channel, Angus Games, link in the description. Also my Twitter, DeviantArt, GameJolt, also in the description. So go check those out to follow what else I'm doing. And yeah, so my main channel is just everything else apart from the Unreal Engine 4 tutorials that aren't Five Nights at Freddy's related. So today we're just going to do part 1 of basics, which is just looking at the interface of Unreal Engine 4. So for those of you who haven't used Unreal Engine 4 before, this is going to be useful because you're going to actually learn what different things in the engine are, the basics. So in this tutorial I'm just going to go over what the interface is. Next tutorial I might go over each component, like different things like the materials, things like that. So without further ado, let's begin. So this is, I've just started up a basic what do you call it? a basic level. A basic project with starter content. So starter content has all these different things. You don't have to worry about it too much because, to be honest, when you're making a game, you probably should be making your own assets. I mean, materials and using that and editing them to match your own things, that's fine. I'll teach you how to do that in another tutorial. But yeah, so starter content, that's useful and all. I think you should definitely add starter content when you're making a project. But it's not crucial. So over here we've got the file edit window help. You don't have to worry about these too much apart from making new levels and packaging your project. Packaging your project is practically when you're finished your game, you just package your project, you press Windows 64-bit and you choose your thing. So yeah. So over here we've got the project settings, and project settings, there's a lot of stuff in here. You don't have to worry about too much apart from there's one bit up. Oh, there's different bits like the packaging settings down here, which or up here. You don't have to worry about that too much until you finish the game, which is good. Here, packaging here. So yeah, you don't have to worry about this too much. And maps and modes, this is the default maps that you start up in the editor, and then game default maps. So this is pretty important, so you don't load up some other map in your game when you first start. So up here we have the buttons, I suppose. Save, source control. You don't have to worry about source control much. Save, obviously, you want to save a lot because Unreal Engine 4 is obviously still being updated very frequently, so it's pretty buggy in some areas. So content. This is the content browser, so you just click that if you've gotten rid of it, and you click content, it's back. So it's pretty basic. Marketplace, that will go to the marketplace, which allows you to buy different packs that people have set up. And yeah, they're already pre-made assets that you can buy for real money. Blueprint. So this is pretty important. Level blueprint I use a lot because this is the interface which will practically determine a lot of stuff in your level. So the level blueprint, effectively all the code and nodes that you'll be dealing with inside of the level. So I'm just going to do a basic thing for an example. Box trigger. So effectively we have a box trigger here. Don't even need to worry about what it is at the moment. So I'm just going to scale that up to size. A box trigger is effectively just a trigger, what it is. So we're going to right click in here, collision, and on the active begin overlap, we're going to go open level. So effectively anything that happens in the level blueprint is what happens in the level. Each object might have an individual blueprint, but that's different again. So what maps do we have here? We have the advanced lighting. So we'll just make it advanced lighting. So anything that happens in this level blueprint, so we'll just start the game up. So I've just run into the box trigger, and now we're in the advanced lighting map. Okay, so that's pretty basic, the level blueprint. It's very important, so you're going to use this a lot. Okay, so moving on, cinematics. This is a very important thing. So matinee actors, I'm going to go into those in depth in a video. Master sequence, I don't use it a lot. It's a new, these are new to Unreal Engine. They've been added in the last couple of months. They're very useful if you're going to be making a professional game that you're going to be selling on Steam or whatever. But I use Matinee because it's fine for the moment. I'm not doing things that are too complex. So yeah, it's all good. Building, which it's very important. So if you don't build, you will get errors like this. Hang on, I'll just bring in an item, and I'm gonna bring in a new light. So when I play the game, hang on, I'll just bring it over here. See, now you see up in the corner it says lighting needs to be rebuilt. 8 items unbuilt. That's because I added a new object and I added a new light. So if I go back, because I've taken them out, it's built. So building effectively will get rid of those errors and make sure the lighting is all good. So yeah, building, it can take a while, depends whose computer or what your computer is, but yeah. So play, that's obvious, you just play it in the editor. You can click here to play a new editor window. I usually just play it in here, press F11 to maximize the screen. Yeah, and there's other, like this simulate. So simulate will effectively just, you won't be playing the game, but it'll go ahead with all animations going on in the scene. So you get to observe the scene effectively, how it looks in game, but not actually playing. Launch will, launch the program, your game, as a packaged game, except obviously if your game has packaging errors when you're actually packaging it, it probably won't launch. No surprise there. So world outliner, that's just showing you everything in the world. So I click on light source, there we go, here's light source here. You get rid of that, it's not in there. Okay, so this details is a very important tab. So I'm just going to bring in, I don't know, a cube again. So the cube, this is practically all the details you need to know about this object in the thing. So it's going to show you the scale. So if we change the scale to 2, see, it's longer. That shows you, that's effectively everything you need to know about the object. Apart from if it has a blueprint, which you'll have open blueprint up here. This object does not have a blueprint, so there's no open blueprint. There's the materials, there's the mesh. So if we go into the mesh quickly, the mesh will just, here if we pull up collision, there's the mesh. It just shows the object effectively. Yeah, and then there's all the different things, lighting, collision, rendering tags. They're things you don't really need to worry about if you're just a beginner. I would just worry about these 3 tabs up here, which is good. So, moving along, I'm going to show you the materials now. So in the starter content, I'm just going to bring up a random material. We'll do the floor polished wood. Actually, no, this is a pretty complex material. I'll show you. Actually, I'll just make a material myself. So, I'm just going to make a material called new material. And we're going to click on this, and in here's your materials tab. So, to get a base color, you're going to have to type in, well, first of all, you're going to drag out, you're going to go constant 3 vector. This is effectively a color. So, here we have a color, so we can let's just say red. Unreal Engine's a bit weird with their colors, to be honest. Never liked their coloring. Palette thing. Okay, so now it's just, there. We have our color. But, of course, that's a pretty bland color. If I go back into the, we'll just save that. If we go back in there, let's just say we put this, and it's just compiling the material. See, we have a pretty basic red color. So I don't really like the color. So if you want to make it, say, shiny, you're gonna have to pull out from roughness, and you're gonna type in constant. You're not gonna do the 3 vector. You're just gonna do constant. So here we have a constant. I just go like this to minimize it, make it a bit neater. So now because it's got a roughness of 0, this object is really shiny. I think that's not bad shyness, but we'll go 0.2 to make it a little bit rougher so it's not so shiny. So now it's not as shiny. you can also do the metallic, so you bring out another constant, and you're going to want to go, if you want it more metallic, you just a higher number. So if we type in 1, this object is really metallic. So I'm just going to go 0.5 for the, or 0.4 for the purpose of this video, to show you different materials. So you got that shine on it. If we save this, and we go back into the map, you can see that this, if I bring out a new point light, you can see this is a really nice material. Well, it's a pretty basic material, obviously, but yeah. So we'll get rid of this point light. We're going to go back into the material. I'm just going to explain what this is. Emissive color, well, you can probably guess, bring out a constant. And just for information, if you're going to want to use these, in a basic material, complex materials, you drag all different nodes and connect them and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, so you're going to use constants. Not constant 3, that's only for base color. But, yeah. So, and if I press 1 for emissive color, it's going to be an emissive, yeah. See, and it's going to do that. So, given it's taken away the red color, it's still got a red emission, but it's taken away the red color. We don't want that, so we're going to break links here. We're going to drag out from this, multiply, and the multiply, the multiply will allow us to have an emissive, not normal, an emissive color, without taking the red away and turning it into a white. So if we go 5, see, now we've got a nice bright red shiny color material that is here. So if we got rid of all the lighting in this, let's get rid of all the lighting. So now we have, we're just going to quickly build this, just so I can show you how it looks. It's going to be completely pitch black in this scenario, but yeah, I'll be back when it's built. Okay, so it's just completed building. It just took a couple of seconds to do. But yeah, so because we have an emissive color, that's why everything else is kind of dark and it's got emission. If we turn that emission right up to, say, 50, it's going to be really bright. Obviously, I spent a lot of time on the materials because materials are a big part of your game. I'm going to go into more. See, here's our emissive color. So we've got a really nice color. If you were making a sun or something, so let's just bring out a sphere here and do this and delete this. So we have a really nice kind of red sun here with that emission. So I think that's pretty much, yes, without showing too much more, in the basic window itself, I'm just going to go into unlit, so that red light. So unlit, there's all these different modes for your map, so what you see. This isn't in-game, remember, this is just editor. So lit is obviously what you're going to see in-game, bar the different icons here, which you just press G to hide, or G to unhide. So there's unlit, which shows no light whatsoever. It just shows the basic map, which is good. I use this because then there's no lag when you're in the editor. There's wireframe, which is pretty obvious, just gives you a wireframe view. Detail lighting only. This will get rid of the colors. It will just show the normal maps and the bump maps. So lighting only, that's just lighting only. And because this material wasn't actually a light, it was just a material, it's not going to be shown. And then there's all these other things that you don't have to worry about. But for editor, I just use unlit, or if there's not much in the map, I use lit. But I'm just going to go unlit. Over here, you have your rotate. So this, if you click on this, then you can rotate objects as opposed to just moving them. So rotate like this. Of course, you can rotate them over here, but it's much easier to do it in there. Then there's the scale objects. So scale is you just here, or you can press R. Or E to rotate, and W to move objects. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to do for this tutorial. It's just a basics, part 1. So yeah, I'll see you in the next part, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on this channel. Yeah, so go down. Don't forget to download Unreal Engine to do this as well. So see you in the next tutorial. Bye.